Hey guys, Mapletail here. I've got something a little bit different for y'all today. A sketchbook tour. This is my spring to summer sketchbook of this year. Just a heads up, sketchbooking is a very personal act to me and it gives a good little look at my brain and whatever I'm obsessed with at the time, which I guess you could say about most of my art, but this is a much more direct and unpolished link. So be prepared for a lot of original characters, my favorite fandoms, prep work for bigger projects, and whatever was going on in my life at the time. Let's get into it. The front and back are covered with stickers from a tattoo convention. They give out so many free stickers, so I figured I might as well use them here. Page 1 is always scary to fill, so I just tested out some colors here, as well as drew a little chicken apparently. And you can see the start date of the sketchbook was May 4th. Real page 1 is a mix of pen doodles. We've got a Gortash and my Dirge from Baldur's Gate 3, as well as the daughter I designed for them. We've also got a Little Warrior Cats and Wild Frost representation with OC's Mapletail and Starloom, and a few other random doodles. These first few pages were really just me getting used to drawing traditionally again, and drawing whatever popped into my head that I didn't feel like I needed a ref image for. The next page is all OCs. Some more Baldur's Gate with December and August, but the rest are from my own stories. We've got a Nyx and their sibling Nova from my set of D&D kitties, as well as Adara and an alternate form of Nova from my original story, The Blue Kingdom. Like I said, we're starting off all over the place. More Mapletail here, and a little more Baldur's Gate 3 with another AU version of Nova, as well as a Essen from my story. And then we've got some Epic the Musical doodles. I think this is when I was just getting into it. More December and Nyx here, playing around with some backgrounds and fun poses. The next several pages are rough concept sketches for two zines that I participated in, Blood, Bones, and Tyranny, and Baldur's Gate a Hallowzine. I was lucky enough to get to draw Gortash for both of these, along with a couple of my Dark Urge OCs. I did all the sketches with August, but ended up drawing March in one of the final pieces. December and her mother Wisteria here, as well as some more Nyx, and a full page of just cats. Starting to get a little colorful too. Next we've got some pressed flowers from various places I went to in the spring, and the start of my mural prep. I did a bunch of mini mural painting again this summer, and will hopefully get the chance to share the process here on the channel soon. Just waiting for a gap in my upload schedule. Also, I drew a bunch of silly little geese I saw. Pride Month. Threw in some more free stickers from a Pride event, more Mapletail and Nyx doodles as well as a little self-portrait of me in my Pride fit. Oh, and fancy drinks. I'm all about an outing with a fancy drink. I also did a bunch of people watching doodles. Those were a lot of fun. A lot of great outfits and out and about. One last page of Pride sketches with December, August, Gortash, Nyx, Starloom, and Adara. Here we've got some of my OC creation process. I wanted to design some parents for some of my Baldur's Gate OCs. These are one of my OC's Moon's parents, Everett and Avoset, who were made on the spot. And the other two are parents for my OCs, October and March, Kenzie and Tanuviel, who have been characters for a while, but I'd never drawn them, so I wanted to fix that. Here I was doing a bit of prep work for my Pride Month Warrior series, and drawing more Everett. A lot more Everett. I ended up really liking this OC, and a little sketch of Moon too. I worked a little bit on another character too, Crystalline, a sibling for my OC, Lasolite, also drawn here. But I haven't gotten much further than this. I would like to draw them for Tavember though, get their design a little more thought out, and more mural prep. This is around the time when I lost my cat, Mouse. I painted him sleeping in a field of flowers for one of the little murals as a way to grieve and remember him. Okay, more painting stuff. Some lunar moths, and some rosy maple moths. In my moth drawing phase here. I just think both are super pretty. Oh, the start of my art fight prep. This year I challenged myself to create a few page decorators for my profile, for myself as well as for others to use. So you can see the planning phase of that here. Then a sketch of an attack for lemon grenades of their OC Kellis, along with my character Nova, as both are warlock kitties. I also worked out an adult design for my OC Shade Root from Wild Frost. Music festival time. Some sketches of a band I fell in love with there, and a drawing inspired by a fairy tree artwork at the event. I tried to take my sketchbook to every event I went to this summer, or at least to do some drawing inspired by it once I got back home. Also more random stickers. More art fight. The sketches for an attack on Chaos Ellie of their OC silo, as well as my own OC stuff of Essen and Willow. We're in the final month of the sketchbook now, which brings us to the tattoo convention I went to. I drew a couple of the tattoos that I got there, as well as a few I was considering getting. A little self-portrait, and lots of stickers and cards from the artists there. I was not kidding when I said they gave out a lot of free stickers. Then I watched K-pop Demon Hunters. Such a good movie. Had to do a bit of art right away, some of Genu and Derpy and Sussy, as well as some OC sketches based on the lyrics of some of the movie's songs. We've got Kier and Chess, and some Dirge Dash. Had to be done. Another more random page of doodles, my OC Honey and August, and Gortash again, Essen and Mapletail. And an early sketch for the Trainer Sona Winter Edition scene, featuring my Poke Sona and their Lycanroc. I was far from being over K-pop Demon Hunters, so with my new markers, I drew a little Genu and Rumi, and a lot of Demon AU August, and their wolf. Also a tiny December there. More of that AU, and more Genu and his little guys. I figured why not go all the way and make Demon Hunters OCs. Here's a concept art page for Yule and her Moon Rabbit companion. I had a lot of fun coming up with this design. Too much fun. Had to give her a tragic backstory and a love interest, Nari. The two's designs being vaguely based on a rabbit and hare. They're both track athletes, Yule having to give it up after an injury, which eventually led to her demonic corruption. I don't think Nari follows suit, but I did want to try my hand at drawing her as a demon just for fun. Also went to see a sing-along in theaters around this time. Canadians are not good at those apparently, but it was still really cool to see the movie on the big screen. Which brings us to the final spread. Felt fitting to end on two of my faves, December and August. Can you tell I was having a rough day? But it's all good, cause more stickers. And that's that. Thanks for watching. I was a little unsure about doing this, but I had a good time, and wanted to share another side of my art with y'all. I've since started another couple sketchbooks, which I'd love to share here once they're done. I also post individual pages of those across my social media if you ever want to see them early. Hope you enjoyed something a little bit different from me, and I'll see you next Thursday.